So the Hoja seat harness and the Hoja Drybag. But we start with the seat harness. Position, of course, at the back of the saddle. Super nice way to bring quite much extra gear actually. We have two different dry bags. They come in 10 liters and 15 liter. But we start with mounting the seat harness. I normally start with the Velcro around the saddle post. You don't have to tighten it super hard in the beginning. Then I undo these two buckles, one on each side. Then we thread the hypalon loops around the rail. And then I take my hook, put it back, and secure it. Then the same thing on the other side. Hypalon loop over the rail, plastic hook, and secure it. And we can tighten up the Velcro strap so we get a nice and snug fit. And as you can see, it doesn't sit super rigid to the bike yet. That comes when we load it up with some gear, the dry bag, for example. So squeezing in the dry bag is simple. We just make sure that these are fully open on the sides. And we try to tuck it in all the way to the end. And the easiest way, especially when you're out in the field and you don't have a nice rack like that, you take your bike between your legs to stabilize the bike. Then we lock the dry bag in position. We can open the valve, start to tighten it to squeeze out some air. And then we take the two, at the same time, the two sides webbing straps and tighten it as hard as we can. And then we go and tighten some more. When we feel satisfied, we close the valve so no water is entering. Roll up the webbing strap, lock it in position with this Velcro with reflex. Then on the side, we roll up the excess webbing and tuck it into this elastic loop for nice and clean setup. The seat harness has a few extra loops. We have two here on the side. We have daisy chain on the top. We have a loop and daisy chain underneath. The reason is, of course, to be able to add your own cords, bungee cords, etc. to place maybe a rain set or bulkier items. But it's also a way to make it possible to do field repairs. So we have thought of how to do field repairs. For example, if this mechanism here breaks of some reason, the idea is to use one of the daisy chains underneath and thread in just a simple webbing. So you just thread this webbing underneath or over the saddle rails around the whole bag through a daisy chain, and then you can tie it up super tight again. Of course, it's not as convenient as with this solution to open it, but at least it saves the trip. Have a nice ride.